A common use case in mobile applications is to have buttons in a panel header or footer that are left justified, center justified, and right justified, and then to show and hide some of those buttons conditionally without messing up the justification of the buttons that are not going to be hidden. So you can see here we have buttons in the header here and buttons in the footer, and in both cases the left button here has a show hide expression that checks to see whether this field here says alpha. So as soon as I change this field from alpha to something else, the left button and the on both the header and the footer are going to be hidden. So you can see that I've hidden it, and what's happened here is the center button in the footer has remained centered, but the buttons in the header here have now been messed up because the left button has been hidden. So let's go and take a look at how this was achieved in the footer and how this could be fixed in the header. So we'll go back to design mode right now, and in the header we can see here that this left button has a show hide expression that says the field alpha equals the word alpha. So let's go up now and edit the show hide expression, and you can see that in the builder we have an option of either collapsing or preserving the space. So if you preserve the space, you'll see that this is going to use the visibility property, whereas this uses the CSS display property. So now that we've changed it to preserve, we can see that it's now the show hide expression now uses the preserve keyword. When we go now to working preview and we type in the value, even though the button is now hidden, the center and right buttons remain in their original positions. Now let's go take a look at this different technique that was used in the footer. So in the footer what we did was we basically set the panel here to be center alignment, and then we created another container for the left button, and we have our show hide expression on this container, but the container itself has been styled as follows. We've basically said that it has an absolute position, top of 0 and left of 0. So this means that whatever is inside this container is going to be left justified, and then we've set the padding on the top and the right, on the left, sorry, this actually should have been on the left hand side, to 6 pixels. So let's go ahead now and then run this, and we can see now that there's our button. This is now absolutely positioned. Here's the center button, which is center positioned, and then when we go there and change it, we can see that it basically comes and goes correctly without affecting this button over here. So two different techniques for spacing the buttons in a header or footer, and keeping the spacing correct when show hide expressions are used to show or hide individual buttons. Thanks very much for watching.